Hi everyone, welcome to your tip of the week. I hope that you're all awesome today and feeling fantastic. Today's video, I want to talk to you about losing weight. Now, if you've ever been trying to lose weight in your life before, you may have realized it can actually be really hard. You may be doing all the right things, you may be working out, you may be eating really well, but you're still on this cycle and things just aren't happening the way you think that they should be. On the other hand, you may have lost some weight already and now you've reached a plateau. So you're finding it hard now to lose further weight or to perhaps lose those last couple of kilos that you've got in mind, that goal that you want to smash. It can always be really hard to lose those perhaps last 5 kilos if you do have that specific goal in mind. The number one rule is don't give up. You need to be consistent and just keep going. So for my tips, I'm going to start with some nutrition tips first. You may not be eating enough. Now, a lot of people think less food equals more weight loss. Now, that's not entirely true. Less food can actually make you feel really exhausted. You need fuel for your body to actually function, just the breathing, digestion, those types of things. So you need to make sure that you're having enough fuel, as in food, to make sure that your body functions optimally and at its best. Reducing your food so it's really low can actually make it really difficult to lose weight. So make sure that you're eating enough. That's my first tip. Using food as a reward, is that something that you're doing? And that can unfortunately be your undoing as well. So you're doing some good workouts, you've eaten perhaps well all week, it comes to the weekend and you reward yourself with whatever it could be. It could be a burger and chips, it could be a couple of drinks, whatever it is that what you're happening in your life. I've got a great saying: don't let the weekend be your weekend. So you don't want all of the hard work that you've done during your week to be undone just those 2 days at the end there. So don't let your weekend be your weekend. Reward yourself another way. So if you have had a great week and you're feeling really good, if you've perhaps ticked off some of your fitness goals, your health and fitness goals, think about rewarding yourself with something other than food. So perhaps take yourself to the movies, have a bubble bath, read a good book. A pedicure is also a good one. Get a magazine to read, have a cup of tea or coffee in the sunshine. So that's also a really good, simple one, and it's going to be beneficial to your overall wellness. Are you adding extra calories, kilojoules, without perhaps even realizing it? So on your food, are you adding sauces, mayonnaise? So mayonnaise can actually, just a small serving of mayonnaise, a dollop, can add an extra 400 kilojoules to your diet, which is obviously, if you're wanting to lose weight, is not going to be ideal. Also thinking about your drinks. So I've spoken about this before. Water is obviously your best option. No calories, is obviously free from the tap, and you're not going to get stuck into that soft drink, fruit juice type of trap, because those types of drinks have lots and lots of excess sugar in them. Are you being inconsistent in your training and your eating? You really do need to balance out your training and include resistance training or strength training, cardio and flexibility. So try not to just focus all of your efforts on one thing, because that could also be your downfall. Remember that muscle actually burns more energy than fat. So you're going to be burning your food off more efficiently if you do have a little bit of muscle and you're doing that strength or resistance training. The cardio, obviously you need to get your heart rate up to be able to lose weight, and then the flexibility work just rounds off your training plan. There's no need to chop and change all the time, because then you're just going to confuse your body. It's best to just be nice and steady and use a uniform approach. So aim to train and eat in a realistic way. It needs to be sustainable and maintainable in the long run. So try not to do any of these fad diets that are around or a quick loss. You need to, as I said, make sure it's nice and sustainable, something that you can keep going through your life, the most of your life. And we're always going to have those down times that we're not going to be active as much as usual. There's going to be those times, for example, birthdays. I mean, birthdays only come once a year, and especially if it's your own, you want to be able to enjoy some really yummy birthday cake and celebrate. just don't go overboard. Perhaps don't eat the whole cake, because that's obviously going to be detrimental to your weight loss as well. So just be consistent in your training and your eating. That's really, really important. Are you living by unhelpful rules? So eliminating carbs, sugar, gluten, having a high protein diet. Again, that's sort of the fad type of diet type of thing, and it's not going to be your answer. Your body needs carbohydrates for your concentration, for your energy levels. Sugar, natural sugars in lots and lots of foods that we eat. Gluten, perhaps you shouldn't actually, there is a lot of advice out there about cutting gluten from your diet, obviously, but you shouldn't actually be cutting gluten from your diet unless you have an intolerance. So these type of things can also be your undoing. Each mouthful that you take should be small, but you should enjoy that mouthful. And each mouthful is an important choice. So just be careful, be mindful of what you're eating. Remember my mindset video from last week. Go back if you haven't seen that. But some really great tips in that video about how to mindfully eat and train as well. So as I said, go back and check that video out. So no matter how hard you try, there will always eat some foods that are not ideal, and that's okay. You just need to move on with it, embrace it even, especially if it is your birthday and you're enjoying a piece of cake, and then move on. But try not to sort of cut big food groups out of your diet. That's really not a good idea. Are you impatient in your training and what's happening? Are your results not happening as fast as you perhaps want them to? You've got to remember that nothing great happens overnight. It won't happen overnight, but it will happen, as the old, I think it was a Pantene shampoo commercial used to say. So take a step back and assess the situation. Educate yourself about your body, what it can do, and know what to expect. So that's really, really important. Then you can set some realistic goals. You can then put a plan in place to reach those goals. And then, of course, you need to do the work to actually get there in the end. Getting enough sleep is also a big one. And again, I've spoken about this one in the past. So if you are sleep deprived, you're less likely to make good choices. So poor choices are going to be sneaking in. You're going to be putting less effort in as well, and it's going to be harder to be motivated. So without good food and exercise, it's going to be harder to get a good night's sleep. So really they both go hand in hand. You need some good exercise and food to be able to get a good night's sleep, but on the other hand, you actually need to have a good night's sleep to be able to work really hard in your workouts and make those really good healthy habits in your nutrition. So then we come to the exercise side of things. Now, of course, doing some exercise and being active is really important if you want to lose weight, but perhaps you're not moving enough. Exercise may not be enough. So you may get a good half-an-hour workout during your day, but it is really important to be active throughout your day. So if you've got a desk job, think about getting up and stretching or walking around perhaps every hour or two, and that's going to give you some extra activity during your day. Look for ways that you can insert movement into your everyday life. Of course, it needs to really work in with your routine and the time that you've got available, but really be mindful of that extra activity, that incidental activity, which will actually really build up and really make a difference. On the other hand, are you doing too much exercise? That can be also very detrimental to your health and fitness and your weight loss. So again, it's not true that the more exercise that you do, the more weight you lose. So that's another big myth. So more fat loss won't come the more exercise that you do. So if you are doing excess exercise, your body can actually release a lot of the stress hormone, and you really don't want that running through your body, because you can then increase your risk of injury and exhaustion. So really try and limit your workouts done. You can actually get a really great workout done in half an hour. If you've got a bit more time than that, fantastic. But that type of workout, you're doing it short, sharp, to the point, and then you'll be burning lots of energy after your workout as well, and that's what you want. So long workouts is time consuming. You need something that will fit into your lifestyle. There's no point spending hours and hours at the gym or pounding the pavements. You really need to choose quality over quantity. So just a little aside there, that's what I can help you with. So being a trainer, I can help you with some really good sessions that you can do throughout your week, some strength training sessions that you can do at home, anywhere, anytime. So if you're interested in training with me, please comment below. I do have some spots available at the moment. And as I said, you can be anywhere in the world to train with me, and you can then do those workouts anywhere, anytime, at a time that suits you. So I can be there as your guide, as I said, show you exercises that are really optimal for your health and fitness and that will get you stronger, but will also get you on the right track so you're not wasting your time at the gym. Last tip for you for today is getting your most out of your workouts. And again, this is something that I can help you with. You don't want distractions. So try not to get caught up, perhaps if you are out and about with conversations with people, try not to get distracted by your phone as well. So that's another good reason to not put that 110% on. So some good tips here is actually when you are doing a workout, put your phone on plane mode. So then you're actually not going to get distracted with messages and phone calls and alerts, that type of thing. Working out with friends can be a good plan, because then you're going to both keep each other accountable, and you're going to push yourselves a little bit harder each time, and that's a really, really good way of doing it. And if you do choose to work with me, that is fine. If you want to work out with a friend as well, we can do some dual training or some buddy training. And as I said, that's a great way of getting yourself motivated and actually pushing yourself a little bit further. Another good tip is to have a good playlist. So when you're working out, you plug in your headphones, and if you've got some really good songs there to listen to, that's going to really, again, push you harder, make you work faster if that's the case, if you're doing cardio, and perhaps just help you get through that workout. I do apologise, we've got some cockatoos going off in the background now. They're very, very noisy this afternoon, but thankfully I have come to the end of my video now, and I won't have to talk over the top of them for much longer. As I said, I have spots available for online training right now, so please give me a call, send me a message, and we can get something teed up. First of all, I'd love to give you a free training session. We'll do a free PT session, perhaps online, just so you can see what it's like and see if you like it before you commit any further. If you've got any queries or questions about losing weight, please let me know, and I will see you all next time really soon.